The guard said my name like it tasted wrong in his mouth. Release papers slid across the metal desk. My signature waited at the bottom, patient, certain. Outside, through the reinforced glass, I saw them. My wife, her sister, both dressed in soft colors, like forgiveness was something you could wear. They came every month for 2 years, sat in the same chairs, asked the same questions, cried on cue. And every month I refused to see them, not because I was broken, because I was busy. The phone in the guard's hand buzzed once, a message meant for me. I didn't need to read it to know what it said. "We're here. Please." I signed the paper. Ink dries fast when you're done pretending. As I stood, keys clinked, doors opened. Somewhere behind me, steel slid back into place. Ahead of me, sunlight waited, too bright, too clean. I didn't look at them as I walked past. I didn't need to. The day they'd rehearsed for, the tears, the apologies, the relief, wasn't happening. Today wasn't about my freedom. It was about their ending. They said I pushed her, that during an argument I lost control, that her sister fell, that the miscarriage was my fault. The story was neat, emotional, believable. My wife testified with trembling hands and practiced pauses. She couldn't meet my eyes, not once. I watched her cry for a child that wasn't mine to grieve. The judge believed her. Everyone did. I remember the moment the word guilty landed. Not loud, just final. In the weeks that followed, memories began misbehaving. Her sister's fear wasn't grief, it was exposure. My wife's tears dried too quickly when she thought no one was watching. And the timing, God, the timing, never made sense. I replayed that night in my head until it lost color. I hadn't touched her. I knew that. But knowing isn't proof, and prisons aren't built for truth. They're built for silence. So I learned to be quiet, and I listened. Prison gives you time and access if you know where to look. I filed requests, read transcripts, learned how stories fracture under pressure. I followed money trails through public records, hospital billing codes, private insurance claims. Miscarriages leave data, so do affairs. A burner phone surfaced under her sister's name, calls made at night, long ones, always to the same number. A married man, a senior partner at her wife's firm. I requested medical documentation through an advocate, quietly, legally. The dates didn't line up. The pregnancy was already failing, days before the night they blamed me. I kept my face neutral during count, during meals, during sleep. Inside, something sharpened. Every visit request I denied gave them confidence. They thought I was broken. I was building a timeline. The envelope arrived 3 weeks before my release. Lab results, phone records, an internal HR complaint. Filed, withdrawn, buried. I laid everything out on my bunk, like evidence, like art. The truth was simple. There was no push, no accident. The miscarriage was natural, and the pregnancy wasn't her husband's. They needed someone else to carry the blame, so they chose me. I mailed copies the next day, to the firm, to the bar association, to her sister's husband. I saved one set for my wife. She found me outside the gates, said my name like a prayer. I handed her the envelope. No speech, no accusation. She opened it, hands shaking now for real. "I didn't," she started. I raised one finger. That was all it took. Behind her, phones began ringing. Her sister's husband stepped away, face draining of color. The firm called next, then the police. I watched her world tilt, watched comprehension arrive too late. "I loved you," she said. I believed she believed that. "I know," I replied, and meant something else entirely. I walked away. Freedom doesn't feel like relief. It feels like clarity. I didn't get my 2 years back, but I took everything they built on my silence. Careers, marriages, names that once meant safety. I don't check the news anymore. I don't need updates. Some endings don't require witnesses. As I crossed the street, the sun warm on my face, I felt nothing where love used to live, just space, and that was enough. They thought prison would empty me. It didn't.
It taught me exactly how to walk away without looking back and without leaving anything standing behind me.